Welcome, everybody. I'm back here with Arclean,
Hello.
and we're going to talk about Stormbreaker, the new event that just came out, ICT weather. We're going to go over that little flight blade debacle, throw our little 2 cents into it, and talk about some of the ships that kind of came out. Actually,
Hell yeah.
yeah. So, Stormbreaker, that actually got you back into the game, Mark.
Yeah, I did a little bit. It was pretty good. It actually felt like, a group worthy challenge.
Yeah, we definitely came in there kind of unprepared the first go round. So we fought it without the XTs. And turns out 3,000 rounds of ammo isn't enough. Person. With that. So we were scrambling at the edge just trying to find any weapon with it. It was still a good time. We killed it. Unfortunately, we had that bug. Both of them that we've done so far, where pearls don't drop.
Oh yeah.
Like, we mine them, right? And then no pearls pop into it in front of us. So that's been a little bit of an annoyance, just because we need those for our personal XTs that we've been trying to farm for. But other than that bug, and obviously elevators, 'cause that's always a persistent bug, I haven't experienced too much. I don't think anybody else really has. When it comes to playability, have you experienced any of that, Arc?
In terms of bugs
Yeah,
during the whole encounter or just the whole thing overall?
since the patch dropped.
Oh, since the patch dropped, no, okay, so there's bugs. We'll just say there's bugs. Like no matter what you do, there's going to be bugs.
Right.
I guess the real question is like, was it a stable release or not? And I feel like it was a pretty stable release, all things considered. I also don't think there's as many people that are playing for it right now, but it was a much smoother launch for a major content patch. Like something that releases something pretty significant, something that a lot of people are going to be doing, and the servers don't feel like they're completely on fire. I think that's a pretty big win.
Yeah, we experienced little hiccups here or there. Nothing that I would just when your FPS side affects. We experienced those more at the Pyro 4 ASD noticed, which also seems to be where we encounter the most players. Most nights. There was one night where we got into, it was the second night, we got into the Lazarus, and it just felt like playing Call of Duty, where we just kept spawning and killing each other and spawning and killing each other. Like, it just went back and forth, back and forth until like nobody had any more ammo. And so yeah, it felt more of like a Call of Duty match there than like doing the. One thing they do need to fix is the distance you can spawn in to the Lazarus. Because right now I spawn somewhere else, but like I could kill myself right now anywhere, Stanton or Pyro,
Right.
and end up back at the last location.
Right.
Like, that's a little cheeky. You shouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah. It's like just you can have your whole crew of guys like I mean it's kind of convenient like maybe if you want to bring your group together and actually do the content. Like people can set their spawn, you say okay, we're going to go at like 8 p.m. or whatever. People can make their way there, set their spawn or whatever on their own time. And then when everybody's ready, everybody just logs on and spawns at the same location.
So, to me, that seems like the dropping a box going through a door. It saves time, yes, but it's still an exploit. I'm not saying all exploits are bad. inherently. When you're fighting other players using the exploit might be. So it could.
Yeah, that's where I think the
and
big thing is like
and
it does allow people to kind of attack others with impunity.
right, and that's why I'm saying they need, in my opinion, they need to fix it. Make it, it can still be a tier 1 bed. I don't care what size of bed it is, but have those ones be special tier 1 beds or something where you can only be what, like 25k would be a good distance, and because then can't even be like at the outer edge. Bring it down to 20k so you can't be at one of the outer edges and die and go back to the left. Something like that. It doesn't have to be exact.
Yeah.
That's just my thought.
Yeah. The weather effects are pretty nice.
Yeah, visually speaking, that the weather and everything about it, amazing. Stormbreaker.
The lightning strikes, like when we were summoning the boss, the change in atmosphere, everything was like real spot on. If this is the kind of cinematic quality we're going to expect at like Squadron 42, I'm pretty stoked.
Same. They did amazing. And even like the worm and the X.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They do one thing really, really well, and they make things.
That's true. Visually, the game's
Visually
always
speaking,
fired
this
on
thing
all
is, yeah.
cylinders.
They put out some amazing visuals.
So aside from the weather, the equipment, the ICTs on that second go around, or was it the third?
I would have been the third go round. That we went in there, and I don't know if this is supposed to happen or not, but the hit markers with the ICT seemed, while visually the rounds were going through the Valacar apex, right?
Right.
You weren't receiving the hit markers on your HUD. Other than every once in a while, you'd get a hit marker. Even though
Is that
you're.
on
And it seemed
the
like
larger small worms?
no, this is the apex. Like, this is one you can't really miss.
Are you talking about the big guy? The
Yeah, the
boss is
apex.
the apex?
Yeah, the apex Valcars are the big.
Oh, okay.
Um,
So the one you fight in the fight is the apex.
Correct.
Okay.
And so when you're fighting that one in the IXI, I don't know if it's registering all of those shots or not. It could be and just not registering on the. But that's a little visual hiccup. Some of the times the marker and the marker only seemed to be showing up when it was like a critical hit. On those like green little pus coming out of the scales or whatever, the critical hits or like the mouth. That's where it seemed to be getting the most hit. So I don't know if it's just the fact that it's not registering that 1x in there. But it's registering that when it's like the 2x is just the other one.
Right.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
But
like maybe it's not calculating the hits in the right speed or some shit.
well, I just don't think that 1x is showing up. Like when you're shooting your gun and you get a headshot, you see the 2x.
Right.
Like you can definitely that's the visual indicator that you have two, like a headshot.
Oh, I thought that meant that was like the killing blow.
No, it means it's a weak point. So like headshots
I thought the single X was a weak point.
No, the single X is just a hit. Like
so
when
what
you're
is
hitting
the double white?
The double white is when you hit one of those weak points. The red
so what
means
is
you kill.
Single white?
Single white means you got a hit of some kind. Like if you're shooting a player in the chest, you're only going to get 1x. If you're hitting him in the head, which does more damage, you get the 2x's. And it's similar because the head is the weak point on the human body when it comes to gaming. And so, like, the weak points.
You mean in real life?
There's other weak points too, but.
Okay.
But the Marine Corps teaches 2 to the chest and 1 to the head, or 2 to the chest and 1 to the groin. So. But so when you're getting like, I don't think it's registering that when you're just getting hits and not that X. So when that second X pops up, that's the one that's being registered and shown when you're getting those critical hits.
Right.
I think that's where we're at.
So overall, though, how do you feel about the addition?
I think it's great to get more of these in. This is one of those things that you just go to anytime. Like we can just create an org event and go do it. Even months down the line, if they can keep up with it and not be broken. Ghost Hollow still around? Question mark. Just nobody
Are
goes to
you
do it because
asking
I
me?
think. Well, I think it's broken. I haven't been there personally to like look at it. But what this also does is getting more of these events out here will get people who are the smaller orgs that are not as skilled and not, more into the PvE side of things rather than like we do a lot of we go in and do our thing. But a lot of these other people, they just want to like PvE. And now it opens up the Howler sites, hopefully.
Right.
But the more of these that get in, the more those are going to open up to like even solo play. Because I've ran around the Hawthorne site solo before and was able to take it all down. Like I could have done the mining by myself. I know other people, and so like it opens up so you don't have to worry as much about PvPers coming in literally just two people. Like when we go in to like do something, we PvP, but we're there to do the not just I'm going to come in here, blow everybody up, and then just leave. Like a lot of people.
So do you think this will be something they'll have more sandworm encounters
Yes.
added to other planets? Because I know the ones in Citizen Con and other features featured like a desert planet like Daymar.
Yeah, so Damar and Aberdeen, I believe, are the two that are going to be patches. Because those are going to be the regular value. Where the one we're fighting at Stormbreaker, that one's the eradicated. Irradiated.
Or
Sorry.
irradiated.
Irradiated.
Yeah.
Sorry, my um
It gets eradicated.
I will say the motions of the Valacar when it's doing its moves is great. I was sitting there in the game and it smacked right next to me, like it comes at you like a punch.
Right.
And that was the first time I'd ever seen that. And so I'm sitting like and so like it's just really cool that they had something like that in there. It's more of a startling thing. Now, if I was not in the I think it got me. Or at least hurt very, very badly. It can kill you with its acid. The
Yeah.
acid spray on top of me.
I got hit with that acid spray when I ran up to it and tried to punch it.
Yeah, Graver was doing the same last time. I'm gonna go punch it because we're all run out of ammo right at the end again.
It's an insane amount of ammo you need, dude. It's insane.
Yeah, it is. I'm looking forward to when you can use ships. I want it to be harder though if when you're going up against ships. Like if we're bringing in some Gladiuses or even a Polaris with torpedoes, you can hit the base of it, right? I mean, how much damage is that going to do?
Yeah.
And until we get the missiles not reloading upon retrieval, people are just going to be throwing torps like crazy, and they're going to be able to take these things out relatively easily and not have to pay for those missiles.
Huh.
I know we've talked about it. Yeah, I'm looking
Well,
forward.
we'll see how they balance that out.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm hoping that it's just a harder fight and like it has something that it can reach ships.
For sure.
Maybe it throws rocks.
Yeah, throws rocks, or maybe a flak spit.
Yeah, that'd be nice because then they could work on flak for and
Yeah,
actually get
like
flak for
that
bases coming up.
mechanic. That would be a nice mechanic, especially for if you could load your PDCs to like flak ammo, so that it focuses more on like missiles and stuff, or it's more effective against missiles. That'd be a nice addition.
I,
Speaking of ship additions, flight blades. That happened since our last
yeah,
podcast.
yeah. What are your thoughts?
I think they suck. I've never even used one. I don't know if I want to use one. It's a dumb idea. Like, let me craft them, or let me buy them.
So what
But
you're saying is you're upset that they're store or were.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
I'm
have
right.
they pulled that off, or like what?
So
What's the
what they
current
what they did
rumor on that?
is they pulled them all off pledge store
Killing game. Huh?
just to appease everybody. Because a lot of people are upset, just like I am. I'm a whale and I can get them in the pledge store pretty easily, but it shouldn't be where it's only available in the pledge store. When it's changing a ship that is currently in to a different degree that other people don't have the funds to be able to just like the Gladius, it changes it. And right now the Gladius is what everybody uses, like the higher end of PvP is Gladius v Gladius pretty much all of the time.
Right,
And
but only the ones that pay the money are going to have the edge.
well, who knows if it is an edge or not. I haven't personally tested them, but what it does is it's going to create that new meta, or could create a new meta, which therefore, if your Gladius can maneuver slightly faster, but it's slightly slower, you might be able to outturn that one and get your nose on faster and, kill it because you can turn faster. Or the Hammerhead one, slightly faster now. Like if you straight line. Like who knows if that's going to be a meta of some kind. And I know it's like
Maybe it does more ramming damage.
very little damage it does anyway. But so I personally don't like that it's just available. And I don't feel that way about the Icties only in game. I would have loved to have been able to pick one up, but when things are only in game, it causes people to
Play
group
the game.
group together, play the game together,
Yeah, for sure.
and
Assuming that it's all working and you're not getting, cheated out of pearls.
right,
But for what it does do, it does bring people together, that's for sure.
right, and there's one guy I can't remember his top of my head. Salty Mike did a React video, and I'm a pretty level-headed individual by any stretch of the mean. He mentioned like, well, we would always have to carry people and really make them like this is WoW. They had to carry them through a certain dungeon to get the item that they wanted, and didn't really make them any better because of it. Well, it's not the fact that they have the item; it's the grinding factor behind it. I want and I enjoy. I don't enjoy a lot of grinding. Elder Scrolls Online background, and all of that's cool. But some grind with a group needs to happen. Getting little vehicles like the Ixty, yeah, perfect, in my opinion. Let us grind this new event together because everybody wants to do it anyway. Some people, the Ixties, call it a day.
Yeah, the only, something that kind of bugs me with it is there's only one use for these new materials that they're adding. Hopefully, there's going to be more relatively soon, and it'll keep the uh, novelty of it and the need to do it like relevant to get those things.
So you mean like not having console script worthless? Trying to do because the shiny came. They were gonna have like they're gonna have all of the stuff that the solo players are now mostly going to be able to have more free reign over, be able to get. They're gonna have all of that stuff mean absolutely nothing. And it's like no. Once you're implementing these things, like you can make them less value, like deal with the value ratings here and there.
You can change the drop rates. Like you want more people to have something like have higher drop rates, or you know.
So mess around with those things. Just don't have them be worthless anymore. Like there was the whole thing of the scripts not being worth Wicklow favors anymore. Like, wait, what? So what's the point of getting them, holding on to them? There is none. And then they had the whole thing of, well, there was only like one per server that you could always pick up, and how am I supposed to be able to? And they fixed that. Kudos to them on that. It's a lot more easy to get the Wicklow favor from these items. But having like now when the next new shiny comes out, which I'm gonna guess is gonna be the Area 18 stuff.
Oh yeah.
For a little bit. I think that one will be the next one out, like towards the end of the year.
The next instance kind of like content loop.
It'll be like a 4.3. I think will be
contested zones, but in
contested
Area
zones,
18.
but just PvE with no PvE. Like that, those are instances, so that no other players can join you. Like that's
a full proper instance, like the hangers.
Well, in theory, put that up. In theory, because we all know how the hangers are even working, but they're not in my.
Oh, there's going to be. Oh yeah, I've seen ships fly out of my hangar while I'm in it. I'm like, okay. Or the fun thing, you're going to be running through the contested zone, and you're going to be hearing in the Area 18 contested zone, and you're going to be hearing gunfire and NPCs from somebody else's contested zone because that audio bug never really got fixed. They just covered it up somehow.
Well, they made it quieter.
Okay, they made it quieter.
They made everything quieter in the hangars, and thank you, Skaggy. It was loud as all hell. It was great noise, and you did a good job on the noises that it was making, but it was very loud.
Beat up the hangars a little bit more. Like, it takes forever for a ship to come up out of those doors. Do what?
They did speed.
They did? Speed them up some more. Come on, CIG. It's not enough, man. I didn't even notice.
Yeah, they did speed them up, but yeah, I'm not negligible. It, but also, I see where they're coming from. They're trying to add a little bit more realism, right? Where like we're all like, it's a video game, have it pop in front of me, I don't care. Like a lot of us are. There's a lot of people that are still going to be out there saying like, oh no, the hangars are great. Like I love watching my ship rock. Absolutely.
Dude, it is a great experience to have that
the first couple times.
To have that the first couple times.
Just like especially the wormhole. The first couple times, fantastic. Great music, great visuals, everything great.
Where's the express lane?
Right.
Where's the HOV? Come on. I got people in my car. We got places to go. But I'm hoping that so these flight blades, I'm hoping they're going to be in game somehow.
Or not.
I want more ships to have them, more ships to be able to benefit from them. I feel like you should be able to plug and play whatever flight blade you want for any ship. So, like, if you want a maneuverability flight blade, you could just plug that in. If you want, like, a straight line speed flight blade, you can plug that in.
They're working on all of the ships they own. This is first iteration. Like they're going to come out with a remote, or it's going to have one thing. You're only going to have X amount of slots available for these. So like if you're in a bigger like Polaris, or no, Polaris is a bad. I guess you. I don't think it'll do man turret, but it might.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know about the man turrets, but I'm pretty sure they said it was going to be remote turrets, and I think the remote turret ones are going to be coming out at the same time as CS. Because the two size dual 3 on that ship are supposed to be automated. You can remotely control them, but they're also supposed to be automated.
That'll be interesting.
Again, that's just what they said when it first came out. Who knows what it'll be when it comes into the game? But that's still currently where it stands.
Speaking of other things coming into the game, the Golem came out.
All excited about the.
Yeah, so the Golem, you know, for what it is, I think it's a interesting ship. It's got some things to it that I think give it an edge over a Prospector. Number one, fewer bags to deal with. You only have to deal with the 2 crates. I know with the Prospector, those bags are supposed to be expandable. That's not really modeled in the game. Like they take up less space or something, or you can like have a magazine of expandable bags or whatever.
With the expandable bags, it's not working currently. But like what you would do, cargo hauler for the Prospector, whatever, rip off the bag that's full, and then the next bag instantly starts. So you don't have to attach another. That's what they're going. You're supposed to have a second one there.
Until that gets implemented, the Prospector right now, you've got like 4 bags that you have to deal with. They're small. It's a lot of extra clicks just to move them on and off. It's a pain. Even with the Argo bags, that's even more of a pain because you have to take them off an Argo. I don't know if they work if you buy them anymore. Like there was a time if you bought them, they wouldn't go to your ship or they wouldn't count, and you'd have like 0 out of 0. And then there's a time when you could only like take them off of another. It was the mole. It was just a pain in the ass. But the Golem's pretty great. Like I did the restock and rearm. I took the 2 containers off of the Golem because they're basically 2 size 16 containers, I think, or 2 size 8 containers, but they total out to 32. It's the same as the Prospector. But you take it off, it's way fewer steps. You've only got the 2 of them. You can restock your ship to get 2 more added on, then you can take those off. And basically, I loaded up my C2, loaded up my Golem, went out, mined a bunch of asteroids in an area, brought it back in, loaded it back up with the empty crates. And I did that, and I had like 16 crates worth of Golem material that I just took everything, mined it. It was a great experience. It was much faster, much smoother than anything I've been able to do with the Prospector. Because the Prospector, you've got the internals, you've got to like get out of your seat turns around, then you got to go through 2 different doors, then you got to open the airlock, and like it's just a whole bunch of things. With the Golem, it's like the mule with a mining laser attached to it with some thrusters and a quantum drive. Very purpose built. I liked it. And you could like stack like 16 of them in a Polaris if you wanted to. An insane, even larger, it's more insane number in an Idris. Like you could have a proper mining like crew in Golems.
Yeah,
anyway, that's what I wanted to say about the Golem.
No, that's fair. You know.
Who needs that? Who needs that?
They're gonna implement them
into the Golem.
No, into the game. Like you're gonna have to use the restroom. You're gonna have to take showers. You're gonna have to do these things.
The Golem is meant to augment or be be supported by an already existing mining fleet. It's like you get that impression when you fly it. Like, this is, I'm getting in this thing. I'm going to go out. I'm going to blow up an asteroid, and I'm coming back to whatever's supporting me. Either it's a cargo ship, or it's your mining base, or it's whatever. You're not going to go in there. You're not going to do box missions in it. You're not going to do other stuff in it, which you could all do in the Prospector theoretically. But it's like, you're not going to futz around. You're going out there to fuck up some rocks.
And people who haven't played the game are probably going to be like, what are box mix? They took those out a while ago.
Yeah, but, that
So
entry level, you know what I mean?
I get what you're saying. When they implemented the new hauling stuff, they mentioned.
And right now, the way it currently is, even if they had, like, the whole bodily functions implemented and necessary, right? Even if that were a thing, there are no asteroids out there that take that long to blow up that, are going to be taxing on your bladder. Unless you're an old man like me.
What about long hauls? Let's just say playing, devil's advocate stuff and thinking long term with this. You wouldn't be able to take, if you wanted to use a mining vehicle solo, you would take the Prospector over the Golem if it was like a few jumps away, like when Castro comes in, and your main home is Stanton. Well, that's a long haul, like theory, to be able to go there, come back without having to worry about it. Or would you? I'm not a miner. I don't really.
Yeah, I mean, it all depends on what kind of crew you're in. I think for the solo entrepreneur, right? You're probably going to want the Prospector because you'll probably need that. But if you're going to be out there really, being efficient with your operations, you're going to want to be in a crew. And that crew's going to have like their cargo ship on hand. They're going to have supplies on hand. They're going to have everything you need that the Prospector would have that the Golem doesn't. And that's where I think the Golem would shine most of the time.
Okay. Anything else you want to say about the Golem? I have nothing because I'm not a miner, so I leave it up to.
Oh yeah, it's nothing else about the Golem other than I think it's a good workhorse. It's a great, if mining is your thing and you want something simple to get into and that's all you want to do, you can't go wrong with the Golem. It's good.
Right. We are also currently looking because a lot of us don't like to mine, but we know that it's going to be very effectively.
Oh, I'll love doing it once there's more purpose
when there's
for
more
it.
reason. And
Right now, it's just like you go and you mine all these materials and then you sell them. And what are they worth to sell? They're garbage. Why would you mine those materials? Why would you even be doing mining? Like, they've got the mechanics in there. They just need some satisfying gameplay to support it.
right. And so we're looking for more miners, but in return, what will help protect you?
Hell yeah.
So that's my little. Any small mining groups that are looking for an org to up and play a key role in, hit us up.
Yeah, we got guys that are always willing to escort your mining loads and, provide security in the fields, whatever's necessary.
Yeah, in the future when you just want to mine and not refine or cargo haul because all you want to do is mine, it's a great place to do it. We'll have a base at some point in time where we'll have a refinery. We'll pay you for the stuff. Take off. We'll have cargo haulers that move it later, or we'll use it for base building. Who knows?
Sure.
But that's where all of us are going to come together. You'll need people like me to help protect the base, and I'll need people like Mark and all of you that are into materials to the base.
For sure, that'll be a
perfect harmony, right?
That'll be a great time. Speaking of bases,
oh, the Idris,
the Asgard.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go with the Idris next on that for bases. Yeah, we can talk Asgard. How much time have you spent on it?
I like it. It's one of the ones that I like to pull out right now. It's pretty good. I like the spacious, easily accessible cargo hold. That ramp comes down super freaking fast. I like the entrances on the side.
Yeah.
I like being able to like actually hop up and grab a ledge on a ship. It's a satisfying feeling.
Right.
Like its shields, I don't fight with it. That's just kind of like my preferred ship to put stuff in, go from station to station, carry my person. But I don't like it for fighting. It's pretty bad.
It's not. You can do some lower bounties with it, but I would definitely use a constellation.
Avoid ground turrets.
Yeah, avoid those. But I would use that over the Asgard when it comes to. The Asgard is definitely a meat shield. If you get good shields in there, it can definitely take a punch. Maneuverability is not super great. It goes up and down very well, just like the Cuddy series. VTOL the engine. Push straight up and hold boost, and you out of there, which is fantastic. It's what you want for a dropship. It just seems to me it's update that the Valkyrie need not should have come.
Right.
Because you can do what they did, plus add in more seats into that farce. Now, it wouldn't have been able to hold as much as the Valkyrie. I'm not trying to say that it holds. But how many times are a lot of people going to be even dropping in 20 people in one ship? Not a lot. Right? Like, it's going to happen, and I'm not saying it will never happen, but most of the time, if you're going to be dropping in, you're going to be dropping in with the number of vehicles, seats you have in those vehicles. And not just, I'm going to drop troops on the ground for the sake of it, because all you have to do is stand at parade rest. And you can just stand there without any impact to your body.
See, I imagine a world where maybe you're in Area 18 and you pick up a military transport contract and you've got to transport, some security forces to a Nine Tails incursion, and you've got to drop them off, under fire. And it's going to be like 20 NPCs that load up in your ship. And that's your contract. But that's not in the game yet.
I've never, no, I'm not saying they will never, because that's just
it would be like the military side of passenger contracts once they get passenger systems.
My brain just never went there. So, no, that's a great. Yeah, I think, and I do think that those plus the
exactly right.
Even
maybe it'll be a larger contract, like a group mission, and somebody's got the Paladin and somebody's got the Asgard, bringing in the troops while taking out turrets or something. Who knows? But I can see a potential there for that.
To me,
Oh yeah,
It's
but
just bigger and more expensive. Maybe
right,
like
exactly.
scaling.
Well, because the M2 could do everything. It can do all of that in one. Like you wouldn't
Yeah.
need.
What
You
the
would just need a manned crew.
what the
For sure.
for those
Yeah,
that
so
don't know,
like
I'm a lord.
once those I could see like those things adding more use to the ships, but like you said right now, other ships do just as much uh as the Asgard, and it would have been better as just being an update to the Valkyrie as a whole.
Yeah, Valkyrie definitely.
A lot of ships need them
A lot of
once
them.
they're. We always talk about the Connie and how great the Connie is. Connie needs a
Oh my
workover.
god, does it need a great shit? And it looks fantastic right now. This where things are. It might be one of those things. Concrete. They would in this day, the Legionnaire and some other ships that don't have salvage made a lot, which in talk constantly. That is,
Yeah.
if they had fucking visibility of the ship as a pilot, I would have that been one of my days. Everything else,
Right. Right.
it's the misc look, and I get it, fantastic, but let me see. Like, I don't want this little slit to look through.
Right.
Like, get the look. It looks fantastic. And like the other Star Lanes, let me have that one is front face forward. That one, not a super, not terrible. It's better than the Asp. But where that one
Yeah.
in a way because the and it brings in that having one of those are a freeze,
Right.
and they're definitely up there.
Uh, Going along with the Fury, the Star Lancer TAC, the new Fury carrier.
Literally what we're talking.
Oh, that's what you're
That's
talking about.
that is what I. Do you ever listen to me, Art?
I'm sorry.
Christ. They're talking about the medical facilities on the Vision, which I think I was talking.
The Connie
Ani actually had. It's not
with
great
the. Are
by
you
any means,
talking
but
about with the
it's
struts?
struts are in the way, but you still have left to your right, up and anyway.
Anyway, Star
So
Lancer TAC.
so
When are you gonna
well,
get good with the Fury?
Mark, I will fucking beat.
I know you would, but when are you gonna get good enough to like just sit in my Star Lancer and feel like you could take on the universe?
Gladius is still better, so I'll say
Nah, okay, whatever, dude.
Gladius is still king.
You don't want to. You don't want to ride in my ship. I know. I know the truth.
I have a play.
That's no fun. It's too big. Too big.
I want
Anyway,
to and get.
okay, we'll remember that next time. Next time I'm on and you're on, we'll remember that. Yeah, I got a Fury and a Star Lancer attack. And they may or may not be preloaded. Probably not. I haven't pulled them out in a minute. Negative. Yeah, you'll have to tell me what to put on there.
I'll get, if you're wanting me
Okay.
anyway.
Yeah, so the Fury's the top huh?
Anyway, go.
It's one of the top tiers, right? Yeah, I got that. Anyway,
Oh, hey, Ark. What?
I like it. It feels like feels like a baby Carrick. It feels like the exploration ship that like really captures that sense of like, hey, exploration ship. But then they market it as a tactical ship. It's kind of strange to me. But it feels more like an exploration ship than a lot of the other ones.
So it's tactical as off to the side. Now you can also have a wide, and so that's where it gets in with one gunner and just circle. It's AC-130 that thing.
That kind of feels like what the Paladin is supposed to do, though, right? And
They don't
the
have this.
Star Lancer tech doesn't seem to have the beefiness that it would need to
But
fulfill
it
that
has
role, even though it's got the look of it for sure.
right, but that's what the supposed to do. Like both of these vehicles are ground, right? Like they're both supporting ground move, ground movement,
Like
right?
ground operations.
And the to me, Asgard is I'm dropping off and I'm gone because you'll have the paladins or something else to be about. Or yeah, the paladins. You know, when we're talking about that the trios, like have a few paladins around and Valkyrie or two. Those four drop while you have three paladins that can do both air and ground.
Right.
Whereas this
Okay.
one is I'm gonna a smaller operations type of a thing where you go in, you have your small team jump off chip, you go into the air, you have the Fury guarding you because you're not expecting too much resistance in the air, and this is more of just a we need to pound the air around. And if there's turrets, you'd have 2 turret gunners, and all the pilot has to do roll, and the other side of the ship by the rounds instead. You can charge your shields up, roll again. Shields going down, roll again. And so that's where the paladin is going to have the upper hand, is being that more utility or Swiss Army knife, where it can do all of the things, maybe not as well because it can't drop an attack, or its ability to maneuver might not be up to paladin's standard or something. Like it's that Swiss Army knife that a lot of small orgs where they're 5 to 10 people, that's going to be their cap ship type of thing. That's what they're going to use, and it's going to be perfect for that.
The paladin?
No, the Starlancer attack.
Oh. You're saying that would be... Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, like, because you have various crew roles where you have, a fighter pilot plus, 2 gunners in the very least, one on either side, plus another, 5, 6, 7 ground operation people. And when they're not on the ground, some of them turrets. Captain, pilot can have full control. Maybe one engineer too, if you need it. So it's going to be that ship that can serve a very small org that is doing more PvE things than in the.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Like a small group gets on the weekends.
Right. I mean, they could get on every night too. It's one of those. It's a Swiss Army knife. It's also like, to me, you said Carrick. I was thinking many.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Where it's their main ship. It's their pride and joy, which we're great for.
Do you ever worry that like these larger ships are outstripping these smaller ships? Like we're getting a power imbalance in the larger ships?
We are. And engineering will help a lot with that. I know a lot of people probably just going down an echo. But like right now, you can have a solo Idris player come in, wreak havoc on any group of like 15 with, like, let's just say the Starlancer attack as your flagship, and just fucking go away. Shouldn't happen.
Right.
Why does the Idris pilot have control of anything other than the fucking stick? Like, why is it in control of the railgun, the penis laser, the torpedoes? Like, why isn't it in control of any of those things? It shouldn't be in my.
Server T sync.
But
they
took
people
away
would be
torpedoes.
infuriated.
People took away torpedoes from the Polaris pilot. And like, you need at least 2 people to throw torpedoes on a Polaris. Like,
Yeah, but once you shoot the torpedo off, it tracks on its own to an extent. With the gun, if you have somebody else who sees the ship lined up like, half an inch off,
throw in some gimbal. Doing that little bit of gimbal. Lasers can
tiniest
maneuver.
bit of gimbal, okay.
Like,
Just enough to keep it realistic.
Right. Like, it to me, we don't have a sense of loss with capital ships.
Right.
And that's where it really, like, comes down to. Not necessarily the fact that the Idris pilot has control. I don't want it to, if that's. We don't have a sense of loss.
Like, hey, but you know what will fix it? What will fix that sense of loss?
What?
The Prowler cargo.
before we move on to that, I did want to mention one thing with cap ships. One of the things that they're going to be implementing, hope they implement hard, is can't look vertically anymore in future, like one of the future patches. Like if an Idris is looking down, it's going to struggle to.
Oh yeah, because of its engines.
Yeah, and should
it has no real VTOL.
It should have an immense issue in atmosphere. Like, and same with the players. Like, you should have trouble keeping those things. Like, you should have to actively maneuver your hands and everything, and moving and doing things. Like, I get if you can't change happening in space, another story, but in atmosphere, that's a lot of weight. And let's just say you have a couple ships, cargo on, like you have all of this, all their extra weight on there. You can't just maneuver the same, and that's what I'm looking forward to as well. And that's going to be another balancing factor of capital ships, is the extra shit that you put on it is going to limit the amount you can when weight of everything comes in.
That's right. That's why CIG, always thinking ahead, has dropped the Prowler cargo. I'm going to get the segue in, goddammit. One way or another.
Yeah, what do you think about it? Or do you want me to talk about it?
You're going to have to talk about it, because I've stayed as far away from that shit. The last time I saw one, it was its husk after we had killed it completely. So yeah, I've not looked in it. I've not been around it.
Right. So
fuck that.
The Prowler utility, like we've said before, everything CIG does aesthetically, it's amazing for an alien. Not my cup of tea, but I can see like the beauty, how right, like they did a fantastic. Other than visuals, I don't understand it. Like you put in, part of me was thinking, oh, the Geos or the Icties, right? You can have the Icti Geo, jumpy. Be stuck on there. But when you close the thing, they like clip through things and it's really hard to pathway. So like they didn't even like test that out, maybe? I don't know. But it's a super expensive ship for only having, I think, 32 SCU, if I'm not mistaken. It's something like that. It's a very, very low amount.
Very tiny amount.
And it's for stealth, which
how perfect has the stealth gameplay been? Like the in the past,
gameplay, even
we're so ready for a stealth cargo ship, right?
Stealth has its place right now in fighters. Let me see if it. Probably utility. Because the only thing. Okay, so it's a 4.2 cross section, 4.2K, which is very low. And you need all stealth components, but that's going to be the only one you can't change, is the cross section. But still, like, USCU, what are you doing? Like, they're like, you can swoop in and grab from unsuspecting. No, they're going to be suspecting once you get into range. They're going to be like, hey, look, somebody's here with radar system. Like, I don't understand.
It's not real stealth. It's like you would want something that can completely disappear from scanners.
Right.
Especially if it's a cargo ship, because you're not expected to be in combat. You're
Right.
expected to avoid combat.
Right, and maybe in the future, things that we don't know CIG is doing is, maybe it's a mask to make it look like a different ship. With emissions, all these other things that the TV show Expanse. It uses, like, oh, it has this emission, so it must be this style of ship, and that's the one. And I think that's also coming with Bounty Hunting 2.0, is, being able to track people based off of emissions, based off of want signatures, based off of, all these other things. And that might be where it's going, and that's why it doesn't make sense to us right now. And I know this is kind of a stretch. I'm not trying to say it isn't, but my hopes are
out there.
My hopes are there.
It is a bit. It is one of the more optimistic views I think I've heard from you in a minute.
I try to be optimistic when it comes to the newer things and the things that are yet to come. It's just we don't know it.
Right. There's a lot of questions, a lot of design questions when it comes to the Prowler.
Maybe the Prowler is supposed to be a ship that you fly in 1K off the ground and you drop in some troops, which also that Prowler, but maybe drop off the mechs, super close to somewhere. Like it's supposed to just come in low and
I think smuggling when I think stealth cargo, I think smuggling.
Right.
And that still doesn't feel like something that's really materialized. Like, what happened to the cargo missions that we were supposed to take through security? Like, you're supposed to, like, have drugs on your person. I've seen those drug containers, those little baggies.
Yeah.
But I have yet to ever see a mission that has me take one through security.
Yeah, no, I have a bunch of them. They're in the contest.
Yeah, so there's like they're there. They were in the game even before then, but it's like, what have you done with them?
Also, I just checked the Prowler for their cross section because there were 9. Like, they're not stealth. That's a gladiator. Like, that's the same size as a gladiator. And a gladiator is meant to be.
Right.
The new Prowler, just base Prowler, 3.7K.
Is this the alien ship that people have really been wanting, though?
No. Where's the Raelian? The actual Crawler that is out there. Like, they're coming out with all these variants of here for them to do that right than it is to make. Like the Meteor coming out, going to be a Mantis variant.
They're coming out with a Mantis variant called the Meteor?
Yes.
What is that supposed to be?
It's a fighter of some kind. A lot of people are suspecting it's supposed to be a heavy fighter. To me, it sounds more like a medium, but could be wrong with it. And the only thing we really know about it is it's coming out this year, and it's supposed to punch above its weight. That's all I can really know about it. And it looks like
And it's called what again?
Meteor. Like a
meteor.
Comet coming through down and Meteor.
But yeah, this doesn't feel like the alien ship that people wanted. People wanted the Raelian, like you said. People want the Banu Merchantman, which rest in peace.
I think that covers all we needed to talk about this week. Anything else you want to say to the listeners out there?
Yeah, guys, come on by discord.gg/Howler Legion. Come join us.
We've been Howler Legion. Hope you all have a bloody damn good rest of your night. Howler's out.